This killed multiplayer. You'll be watching this one in this battle. You'll be watching me play as the Averni, and my opponent is a Suebi. I have a setup of Noble Horse as my general, 3 Oathsworn spread out throughout my infantry ranks with Celtic warriors in the middle, 2 slingers, 4 Noble Horse, and 2 Heavy Horse with 2 chevrons each. And my opponent has, let me see here, 5 Sword Masters, 2 Longbow Hunters, a total of 4 Noble Horse, 2 Wodan Spears. No, I'm sorry. 2 Wodan Spears, and one of which is his general, and 1 Spear Brothers. And then he brought a German Scorpion, and he has 1 Noble Riders on this flank, and 2 on this flank. So I started out with my cavalry. Let me pause this. My cavalry hidden in the forest, because even if you're going to reveal your cavalry in just a second, it's always good to take your opponent by surprise. I did this in Shogun 2 every single game. I hid them, no matter how far they had to be from my army. As you can see, my cavalry is not supported by my infantry, and my infantry is obviously, in turn, not supported by my cavalry. But I like to hide everything I can, so my opponent, because the longer you make your opponent wait to analyze your army, the better. I mean, obviously, if you make him wait to the last second, that's called an ambush, and congratulations, that's kind of hard to pull off. But anyway, so let's continue this battle. I saw that he had a Scorpion, and I have yet to learn the ranges of these weapons. Let's see what it says here now that I can see it. It is a range of 350. That's quite a bit of range there. That's like artillery from Shogun 2. No, it had a much longer range. But nonetheless, that's double my Celtic slingers. So I'm going to keep them away and just try to not take casualties from that. Anyway, so he's going to start sneaking up these Noble Riders. And I already know what he's doing. He's searching the forest for hidden units. And I'm going to take him by surprise here in just a second, and I'll show you that. And, take that cavalry unit easily. And he's also going to move these 2 up. I don't know if he's doing it now. He is doing it now, yes. He's going to move these 2 units up into the forest and hide them from me. That's fine. I've got 3, so I can overpower him on each flank, which you're going to see is crucial in this battle. And I'm keeping my infantry and slingers back here for a while. Here we go. I'm going to ambush his cavalry with my heavy horse and noble horse. I'm going to strike the frenzied charge. He's going to try to withdraw, but it's going to be for nothing. He's not going to get that charge bonus. I'm going to get him in the flank, actually. And then I'm going to move up this noble horse. Since my cavalry has been discovered, what I was really waiting for on the left flank was him to, because he was moving up these scorpions, I was really waiting for this scorpion to get close enough to where I could take it out. But he's going to move up his horse in support of it to rid that cavalry unit I have. So I can't take out those scorpions quite yet, but I will later. And so the cavalry battle is going on over here. Nothing else is really happening in the battle. Get you some cinematic action. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong unit. Never mind. Okay. So he's moving up his cavalry. He's put them into diamond formation, and already he struck frenzied charge. That's going to be a mistake. We're going to find out later, because he's going to make his men exhausted before they even get a chance to charge. So I'm gonna draw my cavalry back, and then I'm going to attack the flank of his cavalry, just to make that cavalry battle end quicker. Because the quicker you end it, the less casualties you take. The less casualties you take, the better. So anyway. So he decides to, and I couldn't decide whether to attack his unit, because I want to take advantage. They're exhausted, so they're not going to fight as well, so my 1 noble horse can beat it. Not that my noble horse couldn't beat it without it. The noble horse are better than the German horse. And also, these guys don't have frenzied charge. So if with that unit right there, if I hit him with frenzied charged, what am I trying to say, wedge formation, I would destroy this unit, but I decided to destroy this one first. Now I'm ready to take on this encroaching Noble Riders. Now he's continuing to use this artillery against me, and those scorpions can hurt bad. It really reduces the number on my heavy horse. They have 42 to start out with. You'll see those numbers drop in just a second. So now he realizes he cannot win. Besides the fact that he couldn't win against that one unit. It'd be kind of foolish to charge it. But anyway, I'm going to try and take this scorpion. Sadly, he does have these spears on the flank, which kind of make life suck for me. In fact, I pretty much lose all of this cavalry in the long run. I take out the scorpions, and I damage that cavalry like no one's business, but I do lose. I made some mistakes that you guys can learn from, and it's going to cost me my cavalry on the left flank here. Anyway, so how do I go into cinematic on that unit? There we go. Okay, cool. Those guys look awesome, but not half as cool as the noble horse. Okay, so he's got his spears here. And I can do this well. I'm not trying to brag, but I can do this well. I've done it before. I did it in Shogun all the time, just outmaneuvering spears. It's really not hard. Part of the problem was that my horses were in a wide formation, which made them get caught on these spears easily. I also charged too early. I should have gone more this way, and then use that gap to plunge in on these units. But anyway, but it's okay because the majority of the unit is free of the spears, and they're going to tag these what are they? Scorpions. And I'm going to sacrifice this heavy horse unit. You can see that the scorpions did a number on their ranks. Anyway, so that unit's going to get destroyed pretty much. Yeah, 33. Oh my goodness. Wow. 25% casualties. More than 25% casualties. So I smack this unit with this noble horse. And now I'm going to charge the rear of this unit, and then I'm going to use this gap that is separated by the spears and charge in on this noble riders. Sorry. Anyway. So yeah, that heavy horse got destroyed, and now my noble horse. These guys will rout too, because they get speared to death by all these spear brothers and sword masters. But I'm still gonna do a number to this noble riders before I lose that fight. But I quickly withdraw, seeing the situation becoming hopeless. Even though my damage done to him in total on the left flank is far more than the casualties I received, it was totally worth it. I took out that scorpion, giving me the ability to use my longer range units than these longbow hunters, and you're gonna see that come into effect a little bit later. So I start to move up my infantry at this point, my general and my Oathsworn. Usually, guys, I've been going with 3 elite units in the center. With Carthage, I had the Sacred Band in the center. With Macedon, I had 3 Peltis in the center. I like that. I like the number 3. Because it's kind of my favorite number. But that's really not the reason. I have 3 in the center. The reason I like 3 as opposed to 2 or 1 is 3 can quickly form a unflankable, defensible position. You can do that with 4, but 3 can do it as well. You can form a triangle, and that's pretty much just as unflankable as 4. And you can do it with less units, obviously. And also you can do a pincer movement easily with those 3. It's just a little easier. But I've recently decided that it's foolish to put 3 elite encouraging units in the center. Sure, your center will be strong, but what about the entire line? And that's something I've been noticing, is that my flanks break, and I expect that in every battle. So I started making a change. I'm going to put 1 unit on the flank, 1 strong unit on the flank, fillers between the middle, and then another strong unit. So here we are. I've got my Oathsworn, 2 Celtic Warriors. Those Celtic Warriors are pretty dang reliable. I think they're one of the best cheap units. They're not better than Hastati. Hastati are kind of the best of the cheap units, but they're pretty dang good. And I like them a lot. I like them better than the Naked Warriors in a lot of ways, because they're significantly cheaper. Well, not significantly, but they cost a decent amount less, and they're just as reliable. Anyway, totally missed the charge on this one. My apologies, but my noble horse engages his noble riders, and I'm going to squash this cavalry because I've got this heavy horse flanking. It's going to come on the rear of these noble riders. Not that they're already losing this fight horridly. As you can see, my noble horse are destroying them. Anyway, so I came down here with my general unit, and I crushed that last unit of cavalry. So after that cav battle on the right flank is won. Let's do this. Let's get some cinematic going on. Rear charge, here we go. It's like a roller coaster, except ancient battles. Not really. Anyway. And after my cavalry win that fight on the right flank, I'll be totally free to outmaneuver this guy and destroy him with my cavalry. Anyway, so I'm focusing my fire on these sword masters, but then I quickly decide that that's kind of foolish. I'm not going to get any kills off that, so I focus on these longbow hunters because he can still do a significant amount of damage with them. I don't want that, obviously. So, anyhow. At this point, because of his chasing my cavalry around, look how spread out his army is. And you're going to see he sends all his units to my infantry line as fast as possible, because sending sword units to all this cavalry, to this mass cavalry, is kind of foolish. They'll just get swarmed and destroyed. But, so he's going to send them all to my infantry line, which is fine. And it possibly his best decision to make, except for group up. He's going to send them as fast as possible, but it's not going to make a difference. He's going to, oh, he put those on too early. Poor guy. Anyway, he's going to send them, but they're going to come one at a time. Because he's going to send them as fast as possible, but it's not going to matter. They're still going to come one at a time, which is perfect. So here I have my men in shield wall, because I saw his longbow hunters creeping up. And actually at this point, I was getting up from the computer for a little bit, so I didn't want him to charge me and me lose so far what's been an awesome battle. Anyway, so I'm using my ability to maneuver so much faster than him to destroy that unit of longbow hunters, and there's only one more, which my cavalry is going to nag here in just a second. A little tip for you guys that my opponent didn't do. By the way, good game to my opponent. As you can see, it's pretty much almost over. But a little tip here, I'm going to pause it. When you're running from cavalry with a skirmish unit that you don't want to lose, draw them towards your infantry unit. Say that this is your ranged unit. Bring it here towards your melee unit. You might take casualties because you're not running directly away, because running in an angle allows my cavalry to catch them, but you will catch also my cavalry in melee, and eventually they'll start to lose. So in the long run, it's better. As opposed to what this guy did, where my cavalry is just going to say see ya to these sword masters and smack these longbow hunters in the rear. Anyway, sounded slightly homosexual. Never mind. Okay. Whew. So I charged the flank of these sword masters, and you can see they're getting destroyed by my Oathsworn, and he's charging in more of his infantry here, and I'm also trying to keep my cavalry away on this of these left flank spears, or his left flank, my right flank. So you can see that they got off one volley, but it didn't really matter. They only killed two, and then they'll be quickly destroyed. So the infantry battle is going perfect for me. My Celtic warriors are mopping up spear units, and my Oathsworn are taking on his elite units. And my cavalry is in there too, kind of crushing him. So now I'm charging the rear of these sword masters. And anyway, you are gonna see me foolishly catch these heavy horse. No, they're noble horse. The noble horse get caught. That's right. Onto some spears. It's really quite sad. But anyway, is it here? No, this is Oathsworn killing his general unit. This is the Wodan spears. They just routed. They got crushed by my Oathsworn. Anyhow, so I'm gonna bring back my general unit as well. It's got some good cinematic action going on here. Let's see about this unit here. See the chaos that's ensuing them. From the flanks, you can see those Celtic warriors, and from the rear, Oathsworn. That's not a unit you want to have in the flank of a unit. Oathsworn on the side, Noble Horse and Oathsworn on the center with Celtic warriors. Those guys look awesome. Anyway, so he's gonna catch. I don't remember where I send this unit, but it stops pretty soon, and they get caught on those spears. Really kind of sucks. Really kind of sucks. But anyway. And I'm going to charge my Noble Horse into the rear of this unit here. And that's pretty much going to finish the battle here. My opponent's army just routs after that. And that's the game for me. But anyway, good game to my opponent. My opponent's name, by the way, was... It's not going to show me. I can show you after the replay ends, I think. And I will, because I want to give him credit. He did do a good job. He just made some mistakes that would lose him the battle in the long run, like his cavalry usage. Anyway, so good game to my opponent. Thanks for watching so much, and comment and subscribe.